Hey you. Yeah, you. Are you an asshole? Doesn't matter because it's a video and you can't respond. No, but shit intro aside, we are back with another Am I the Asshole Reddit, where we see people's dilemmas and situations and find out if they're the ones in the wrong. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first one. Am I the asshole for connecting to the ear pod after my niece swallowed it to see if it would play in her stomach? Okay, what a way to start. When my 3-year-old niece swallowed my sister's left AirPod, everyone started worrying right away. I was trying to lighten the situation, so I connected the AirPod to my phone and put the ear on her stomach to check if I could hear it. Surprisingly, I actually did hear a little sound coming from inside her, which made the moment a bit funny for me. 3-year-old niece swallowing an AirPod? Damn. Are 3-year-olds not tiny enough to where an AirPod can even fit like in their esophagus? Unless that honestly might be the dumbest thing I ever said. Probably not. I can understand them trying to lighten the situation, like I completely get that. But if someone swallows, especially a baby swallows any type of like technology, it's pretty understandable for everyone to start freaking out. Like, I don't know, I'd be worried it's gonna like, I don't know, blow up or something. Like, no one knows what could happen. But to be fair, I get what they're trying to do. But the people around us didn't really find it amusing. They all looked at me like I wasn't taking things seriously at all. I mean, they have a point, but I was just trying to calm the mood. So instead, I ended up being the only one laughing while everyone else was still stressing about the AirPod inside her. Laughing might have gone a little too far, because then what? The only person you're like making feel better is yourself. And I guess you were okay anyways. But I don't know, this one's interesting because there's no update, so who's to say if the baby was okay? She probably was, but still, I don't know. Like, okay, let's take the basics of just wanting to make people feel better in any situation. Completely understandable, obviously. But if you're the only one laughing, especially if it's like deep into it, maybe just try to stop. I think people will realize, okay, I get what you're trying to do, but we're kind of stressed out. Let's just keep the mood at like, I guess what it is. This is insane though. Like, there's some way trying to make you feel better. But at the end, if the niece found it funny, then that's kind of all that matters. I don't know. If I'm a 3-year-old, I think I'd laugh if I hear music coming from my stomach. So for my end decision to find out if this person is the asshole or not, I don't know. Asshole is a bit of a stretch. I would never categorize a person trying to make people feel better, especially in a way like this, like as an asshole. It's a bit too much. So I know I want to start like scoring these a little bit just to see like what the score is from asshole to not asshole at the end. We'll call it a draw, so 0-0. No one really gets a point in this scenario, but we'll call it 0-0. Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend's dad whether he planned on eating his pet cat? Okay, wow. All right. I, 19 female, but my boyfriend, 26 male, parents for the first time last weekend over lunch. He warned me his parents could be a bit weird, so I was prepared for that. But during the lunch, they made repeated jabs at me for my age, which I did not appreciate. Okay, yeah, that is a bit weird. I mean, you're younger, but I guess to be fair, if you don't like the jokes, you don't like the jokes. The topic of pets came up in the conversation, and I told them about my pet rabbits. When his dad heard this, he asked whether I was raising them for food, and at this point, I was quite offended and said, well, are you raising that cat for food? And pointed at their cat, to which he said something to the effect of, don't talk back, which I found quite infantilizing and a bit creepy. I excused myself from the lunch. Okay, whoa. Okay, that dad is a weirdo. Holy sh. Let me search up what fantilizing means real quick, though. Treat someone as a child or in a way that denies their maturity in age or experience. Okay. Yeah, dad's a weirdo, by the way. What the Jesus. Okay, no, I will say, the base question of asking if someone is raising, like, rabbits for food, I don't know if that's that weird, but to be fair, she said pet rabbits, which implies he's not gonna, you know, eat them. They're there as her pets, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but I feel like rabbits may be up there as, like, one of the animals people do eat. I've seen one guy on TikTok, it's like this one Asian dude that will raise rabbits to eat, so I don't, maybe he's my only way of saying how normal it is, but to be completely fair, the initial question, I wouldn't say the dad is an asshole. The follow-up of saying don't talk back, that's weird as f. The dad's a weirder for that immediately. He's the asshole in that situation. I will say the boyfriend not defending was pretty crazy. As soon as he said don't talk back, I will say her responding, are you raising the cat for food? I don't know, maybe I'm going a little crazy or like acting a little stupid on how often people raise rabbits for food. I thought that was a pretty normal question to ask. I don't know if she had to respond that way, because then you're making it sound like rabbits and cats are like, I don't know, in the same level of raising for pets. I hope I'm not sounding stupid. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But to her point, the dad saying don't talk back, that's weird. He shouldn't have said that at all. And shout out her for like leaving the lunch and excusing herself in general. She didn't write it, but the boyfriend should have defended her 100%. All the comments are talking about the age gap. You know what? To be fair, I didn't mention this, but the age gap is a bit crazy. I can't lie. Let me see what this comment said. Right, this is weird. And I'll bet his rude parents are part of the reason he can't keep a girl his own age. Did he even try to stand up for you or just let you leave? Seems pretty cowardly to me, yeah. Might be a good idea to look for a guy your own age, as guys that date down are usually super immature and not looking to change/improve themselves like other men their age should be. I mean, yeah, that's completely valid. Comments not talking about situations, talking about the age gap. Pisses me off. Every time you say you have a pet rabbit, people always like to make a hilarious rabbit stew comment or similar. And it's like, shall I shove your dog in a stew? Wait, not funny. Right back at you. And I don't know what NTA means. Okay, maybe I took it a bit too far with the whole rabbit being known more for, you know, raising for food than other like household pets, but I guess it would be offensive if someone asked me if my pet was being raised as like my next dinner or something. Okay, yeah, for this, I think it's pretty obvious. OP is not the asshole. It's the dad in the situation and the boyfriend too. But yeah, so we have the first score going to the original poster, OP. It's 1-0. Am I the asshole for wanting to keep my engagement ring for my late fiance? Rest in peace. I, 36 female, lost my fiance nearly 11 years ago in a car crash. We were both in the car, but I got out with only minor injuries while he died instantly. Christ. This messed me up quite a bit, and I was in and out of therapy and support groups for years over this. The support group is where I met my current partner, 45 male. He is a widower who lost his wife to cancer, and we understood each other's pain a lot and bonded over it. 3 years ago, we started dating and we moved in with each other last month. Rest in peace to the fiance, but oh my fucking god, that's sad. I've never seen a support group in terms of like widowers and like, people who have lost a partner in real life before, and I can't imagine how dark it must feel in there. But you know, I'm happy she met someone that can understand the pain she's going through. Side note, I saw this TikTok video about like the worst things you can say to someone after they lost someone, and one of the ones that the person said was, I can't imagine what you're going through. And the person basically explained like why it's a bad thing is like, obviously you can't understand, what's the point of even saying it? And in this scenario, I think that's the point of support groups, but it's nice to know that they have someone that can fully get what they're feeling. I've remained close to the family of my late fiance since I lost him, and they were a great support to me in my first few years. However, his mother, 61 female, asked me last week for the ring he gave me back since I'm now seriously involved with another man. She said she wanted the ring to keep in the family and it'd mean a lot to have it. This upset me. The ring he gave me wasn't a family ring, and it's a garnet and an emerald ring he picked out because those are our birthstones, and I didn't want a traditional diamond. We picked out the ring together and he saved for months to get me it. It holds a lot of beautiful memories for me, even if it's bittersweet. I'm now at a point where I can enjoy the good memories without too much pain. I guess it makes sense for her to remain close to the family. I mean, that is basically that person's like husband, fiance, fiance technically, but the mom asking for the ring back. You know, at first, if it was like a family, I guess like heirloom, then there's an argument for it. Like, I think genuinely there is, because, you know, it belongs in the family. Like, I guess it passed on to stay within the family, but considering that the fiance got it completely separate from the family and all that, yeah, the mom, she can't be asking for it. It's just not right. That, like, what's the point of having it? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know if it's a way of like, I don't know, trying to remember her son or something. I don't know, but no. It's nice to know that she can have the memories without kind of like the pain that comes with it. But yeah, me being in a relationship now doesn't mean I have this ring gathering dust in a drawer somewhere. I wear it on my right hand now, the same way my partner wears his wedding ring. We both feel it's okay to honor our lost love this way, and neither of us have any jealousy or negative feelings over this. Hell, we have a picture of my fiance and his wife on the wall of our living room. I'm happy they both have the same idea of like remembering their partners. It's because I think like the other side would be like, I don't want to remember my partner, it hurts too much, so I don't want to do it. But fair enough. It's also really sweet that they have like them together. I can't lie. Oh, and I will say it's interesting because let's say this is hypothetical, but if she had married someone that didn't have a lost partner, I would hope most people, and including myself, would be okay with them like having a picture or like some memorabilia from their lost loved one. Of course, people, you know, any type of person exists. There are people out there who are like, no, that's your old partner, I don't want to see them, which, oh my god, yeah. I told her I could understand if it had been a family ring he'd inherited, though that would have made me feel a little weird to have her asking for it back. But this isn't a family ring. It's my ring we picked out together, and I plan to wear it for the rest of my life. She insisted it should be back in the family, however, and that she wanted it as it was the last major purchase he made before he died. I ended up hanging on her as I was so upset, and I've been avoiding her calls since. We both had the same point about if it had a family ring, then you could make an argument, but yeah, no. And at least she ended the call. She doesn't have to deal with that. My partner is angry on my behalf that she would even ask this and told me she was being ridiculous and that I should wear the ring as long as I want to. I can't help but feel like I'm being punished for finding someone to make me happy. That I was supposed to mourn him forever in her eyes. Okay, that is so sad. Oh my god. She should not have to feel like that at all. That is incredibly sad. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the mom just missed her son, and I don't know. Although the reasoning of the last major purchase, I'm not sure what she means or like why that's a way to get the ring back even more, but no. That's so sad that she has to even think like that though. By no means should she be punished because she wants to move on. That's completely normal. And I can't speak on anyone, but maybe who's to say that her, you know, fiance, rest in peace, wouldn't have wanted her for that anyways. I've spoken to my parents about this to get their insight on it, and my mom feels that maybe I should give the ring back as his mother is clearly hurting and wants to hold on to something of her son. My dad, meanwhile, says he can see both sides of it and it's my choice. I don't know. I might be a bit too emotional over this. Am I being the asshole or unreasonable here? This is a situation. My god, wow. It seems like her mom and dad kind of feel the same way of having like seeing both sides to it. Like maybe the mom isn't fully on the other mom's side, but I think OP's mom kind of the same idea as me, as like, okay, maybe the fiance's mom just wants to have something to hold on to her son with. But at the same time, I don't know if this is a wrong thing to say, but surely there are other ways of holding on to your son's memories, like something from his childhood that you can hold on to. Like, does it have to be the last thing he bought? I don't think so. But at the same time, I don't want to make it sound like the mom has bad intentions and wants to have the ring because she wants to sell it or something, or she doesn't want OP to have it because she's not marrying him. I don't know. Honestly don't know. I don't want to make the mom feel like she has like this negative reason for it. At the end of the day, don't get me wrong, it is OP's choice whether or not she gives the ring back, and in my opinion, first off, she shouldn't have to give it back. It's already bad enough that her fiance died. Like, it cannot get worse than that. Her, you know, love for life or whatever at the time, whatever it is gone. She can't do anything about that anymore. And if anything, let her keep that memory. Like, the mom, I don't know how this is gonna sound, but she has other ways of holding on to the son's memories. At least let the wife have the ring. You know, like, that's not much to ask from OP's side. Like, OP can have the ring. Her last note by her being too emotional. She's not being emotional. Like, who wouldn't be in this scenario? Let me see this comment. You keep saying give the ring back. Stop using that language. There's no one to give it back to. It belongs to you and only you. That she would even ask for it is strange, but that is not your problem. The ring is yours. The answer is no. If she chooses to hold this against you, just let her. This has nothing to do with you. I would tell her there is no way on earth I would ever part with the ring the love of your life just purchased for you. Sometimes you have to let people feel the way they feel, and sometimes their feelings ruin a relationship. You are not the asshole. Yeah. And I didn't think about that. It's not giving the ring back. Once you give someone something, it's yours. The fiance didn't say borrow it. At the same time, I don't think the mom is saying give it back because she saw it that way. That might just be like the way she's talking. I'm hoping. Yeah, that commenter is completely right. It's not on her to give it back, and the situation honestly sucks. If I was OP and I was in that situation, especially considering I had found someone that understood what I was going through, I'd want to keep the ring. Like, if I was still close to the family and the mom of my dead fiance told me to give it back, I'd feel betrayed, if anything. Like, I couldn't tell you how I would respond in that situation. That's weird from the mom now that I'm actually thinking about it. And I completely get she lost the son. I understand that she might not be in the right headspace asking for the ring back. She might just be grieving, and that's her way of like dealing with it by just trying to get everything he has. But I can't even say you have to be considerate, because like she lost a son. Like, yes, I feel like most people would say the mom is wrong, and she is, but maybe not in a negative way, if that makes sense. Like, maybe the mom isn't doing it in an evil way. I don't know. With that considered, it's another point to the, I guess, original posters. It's 2-0. Obviously OP's not the asshole. It's, I guess, in this situation, the mom. It's a shitty situation. Am I the asshole for refusing to eat my family's food after seeing their disgusting hygiene habits in the kitchen? All right, let's get into it. I, 19, second year food tech student, am currently at my burnt out reviewing for our exams. Since I started my major, I've learned exactly how dangerous improper food handling is. I've tried to gently teach my family about cross-contamination and temperature control, but they just laugh at me and call me OA, a popular saying in the Philippines which simply means, oh, okay, overacting. The breaking point happened yesterday. I saw my mom use the same cutting board for raw chicken and then immediately for the salad veggies without washing it. When I pointed out that she was literally serving us a salmonella cocktail, she got annoyed and told me to just pray over the... Okay, mom is trying, I can't lie. A salmonella oh, that sounds disgusting. The thing is though, raw chicken, you don't have to go to school for that. I feel like most people should know, don't put raw food, okay, raw meat on the same cutting board as anything else. Oh, that's so disgusting. I refused to eat the dinner. My dad got furious and said I was being mayabong, okay, arrogant, because I'm in college now. I told him that as a food tech student, I've seen what these bacteria look like under a microscope, and I'm not risking a hospital trip. To prove my point, I threw away a batch of sauce they left out on the counter overnight, worth $300 if you count the meat. So 3,000p for sauce, 15k for open goods like pineapple chunks and such as meats. I just referenced what my mother said as far as I remember. She said that the whole mess costed her 18kp. I couldn't let them eat it after it'd been in the danger zone for 10 hours. Whoa, okay, time out. You went from having a point to hold up. $300 dollars. If someone told me they threw away $300 worth of anything I had, I'd go ballistic, because that is not it. Now the whole house is silent. My mom is hurt because she thinks I'm disgusted by her, and my dad says I'm an asshole for acting like a professor and wasting food. I feel like I'm the only one being sane here. I love them and I don't want them to get sick, but they treat me like a villain just because I'm using my education to keep us safe. Am I the asshole for choosing science over family tradition and refusing to eat their contaminated food? Okay, damn. This took a turn that I did not expect, because that throwing stuff, no. There is like a thing here about like if they've been doing it for that long and nothing's happened, like what's gonna happen now? But at the same time, like no one ever thinks they're gonna get like sick or hurt until, you know, it happens to them. But I don't know, that throwing away stuff, like how's that proving your point? First off, they're gonna buy it again and do the same thing. Like I don't think you're gonna change their mind that much. I think most people, something has to happen to them for them to actually like change their mind or something, or like change their I guess like in a way tradition. Like I don't think this is gonna make them like decide to like be super clean. Damn, this changes a lot. Her throwing away this stuff really is kind of getting me a little confused, I can't lie, about like what or which way to go. I will say the mom feeling hurt is really sad. Like I do feel bad for the mom, because like she just wanted to make food, and the dad has a good point. Like all of a sudden, I guess like the way they see it, or at least the way that he might say, is like all of a sudden you go to school and now you're smart as shit. Like what the hell? Like all of a sudden you know what you're talking about with everything, which is I guess might be like a thing of like college students feeling like they're smarter than everyone else, especially if they didn't go to college. But, and that's not me saying the parents didn't go to college, it might just be like a trope. If this had stopped at just pray over the food, I would have been like, she got it. With the throwing away stuff, I don't know. You are the asshole. You didn't refuse to eat their food, which would have been totally fine, but you threw away food they wanted to eat. Your parents are grown-ups and are allowed to make their own wrong choices. If you actually want them to learn and change their behavior, you'll need to find a much less aggressive and direct approach. Commenter has a point. I mean, that wasn't gonna change my mind anyways. I kind of had my idea, but you know what? It's 2-1. The point goes to the other people. I don't know what it'd be, but yeah, it's 2-1. If I'm OP, I'm stopping at the pray for the food. I can't lie. Also, $300 of food, unless they pack a lot of that has has to be like packaged meats, but like seasoning has to count that, because that's a lot actually. I don't have more than like 150 at once. If I go grocery shopping, let's say like once every 10 days maybe. Damn. Am I the asshole for letting a stranded underage girl into my uni lobby to help her get home against building policy? My girlfriend and I were leaving my university accommodation when a young girl who was probably no older than 16 approached us in the rain. She said her phone was water damaged and couldn't call a taxi to get home. She looked quite young and she lived a few towns away. I feel like every asshole thing is like someone from the UK. I don't think I've seen okay, other ones like Filipino, but before that, even like the last videos, a lot of them have like UK slang. And at the same time though, with this first paragraph, I don't know if it's just something nowadays, but I feel terrified whether it's a guy or a girl coming up to me and asking for help, because I don't know, I would just assume I'm about to get like stabbed. I always try to look for the best in people, like no matter what, but I would just think like, okay, like she's working with some guys that are about to stab me as soon as I say, okay, let me call someone for something. I don't know. We were hesitant at first, but she seemed genuinely stuck, so we agreed to help. Since the building entrance was right next to us, we went into the main lobby so she could get out of the rain while we tried to arrange a taxi. For context, the lobby is keycard access only, and without a card you can't get into any student areas, only the lobby itself. Once inside, I asked the security receptionist if she could call a taxi for the girl. She said it wasn't her job and told us to do it ourselves. A taxi call? Really? You can't do that? It's such a pet peeve. Okay, hold up. We then sat in the lobby and called local taxi companies until one agreed to take her home. When the taxi arrived, we'd walked the girl outside and she left. When we came back into the lobby, the security guard asked us if we knew her. We said no, as we had just met her, and she then told us we weren't allowed to bring unknown people into the building and that was against policy, and it is a danger to students. We explained that the girl was stranded, soaking wet, and was only in the lobby briefly so we could call a taxi. The guard said it didn't matter and the policy had been broken, but we felt helping her was the right thing to do in any given situation. Am I the asshole for letting her into the lobby to help her even though it was technically against the rules? Let me get this out the way. I hate when workers want to stick to the rules like so fucking tightly. Like, I go to McDonald's, let me get extra sauce, it costs 25 cents, just give me the extra sauce. Like, I know it's like two different scenarios and I get that, but I hate when workers are like, I don't want to say assholes, but like in this scenario you couldn't call her a taxi. Don't get me wrong, I don't know what the issue is, like OP calling a taxi as well. Like, I don't know if it mattered who called the taxi, but it's not my job. Do it yourself. Like, maybe this is the way she wrote it, maybe she said it in a nice way, I don't know, but that makes you feel like the person or the receptionist was like saying it in a rude way. It's like, why? Like, why you have to say it like that? I'm happy the couple eventually called the girl the taxi and she got home, but dude, like, you just call it, gotta talk, like, what? Also, I'm not sure if the OP got in trouble because nothing really happened. Like, they just said a policy had been broken, but so what? Like, is it like a fine or something? Like, what actually like ended up happening? But I'm not sure. Not the asshole. Sometimes doing the right thing means bending or breaking a rule. No one was harmed and she was escorted. The security guard was present. If my 16-year-old daughter needed help, I sincerely hope there's someone like you around to make sure she gets home safe and sound. And like, what was the security guard's like other option? Wander outside and not do anything? Like, what? This one is another obvious one. OP is not the asshole. It's 3-1, and let's get to the last one of the video. Am I the asshole for telling my roommate I won't be changing my habits because of him bringing his friends over? I, 23 male, rent a house with 4 of my buddies from college. We have done this for 2 years. It helps that not only are we great friends, but we have a system of deciding house rules. A majority vote. Disagreements on cleaning, majority vote. When to make quiet hours for the nights on weekends, majority rules. It has kept everything flowing smoothly. I mean, that's the best way to do anything. Anyway, one of my friends moved out last month to get a place with his girlfriend. He found a friend of a friend to take over his room. The guy was nice enough, but then he came to us with a declaration. Okay. If he's the one that described it as a declaration, this guy might be pretty weird. Apparently, he was uncomfy that we're not always completely dressed in the house. No one is a nudist, but some of us will sometimes not wear a shirt or just be in PJs or boxers or underwear when lounging around the house. I admittedly am one of the 2 of us that does it the most, as I usually just lounge around in boxers or other underwear. We all met each other through a sport, so we're comfy seeing each other like that. Okay, this is interesting. I will say, being in boxers around the whole house might be a bit much. Granted, if they're cool with that, it doesn't matter. If all of them don't really care about that. But at the same time, if I was a friend of a friend and I met the roommates and let's say they were cool, and then all of a sudden I was surprised by the fact that they all had underwear on, I don't know if I would really care. Anyway, I guess the new guy was caught off guard because he asked if we could constitute a clothing rule in the house. As usual, we did a vote and the rest of us thought it was unnecessary, so there was no rule. There was no rule, but I did start wearing clothes more, though there were times I didn't bother. When I just woke up after showering, when I was just coming out of my room for something, etc. Just to be considerate. Also, that's like me. Like, when I just wake up or after showering, I'm the same way. My bathroom is like literally like a door then here, so I'll just do it for right then and then, so whatever. I'm not underwear at the house. I'll do shorts and maybe no shirt, but that's about the limit. Apparently not enough. I noticed that even though we all gave notice before people coming over, he stopped doing so. I find myself a few times just in my underwear when he rolls in with a crew. Got a couple of weird looks, but I just excused myself and get dressed. I told him once if he gave me a heads up I'd be dressed before they got there, but he just rolled his eyes. One of my other housemates has also run into this issue. I live in in a house of 4 people and we're about to move to 2, but that to me is very important, like letting people know like, hey, I have someone coming over or whatever. Like that to me should be an obvious thing to ask. Anyway, the other day he came to me and my other housemate and asked if his plan to shame us for never wearing clothes worked, and he said that he was purposely trying to embarrass us by having people see us. We said we're not embarrassed, we work out for a reason, and we weren't going to change his habit. He stormed off and started smack talking us to the other roommates. Am I the asshole? Okay, I've had situations like that where like one roommate will not like another roommate, and then all of a sudden they'll talk shit about each other to the other roommates. But in this scenario, the new roommate is kind of weird. If you agree to the whole majority rules thing and then you start trying to shame them, it's like, what? What's the point of being in the house then if you know what the rules are? Granted, I won't blame him for maybe feeling uncomfy about being around a bunch of like shirtless guys and maybe like I guess I get it, but okay, that's interesting. Although yeah, his whole trying to shame them, and if he's doing that on purpose and not telling people, he's a complete weirdo for that. I can't lie. You voted. He decided to try and change it by exposing you to random people. Sounds like he needs a "this isn't working out, we're looking for a new roommate, feel free to start packing now" talk. I guess maybe they can kick him out. I don't know, but OP is not the asshole though. Like especially if he joined during like them having that normal rule. I don't know. Like granted, if he feels weird, he feels weird. You can't do anything about that. But there's no reason for him to like trying to shame them, especially the fact that they don't care. Like when I get into the body that I want and I, you know, like in the gym starts working out the way I want it to, best believe I'm gonna be wearing a shirt 40% of the time. All right, honestly, 'cause I get it in the future. Who knows? I'll get there at one point. You know, actually, no, I can't. I won't spoil it. But yeah, this is 4-1. OP is the asshole. Yeah, final score is 4-1 for this video. Anyways, that was the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I like this episode a lot. A lot of the prompts were pretty interesting. I think I had some good commentary. I'm starting to learn how to like bring more of my commentary into like the prompts. I think I did pretty good this video, but I guess we'll see in the final edit. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe. Let me know who you thought the worst asshole was in the situation, and until next time, peace.